Motivational Mondays, week 4. Welcome everyone. We're doing this whole Motivational Monday thing in a different format than we used to back in 2023, where I actually did live content and classes with this. We're just doing a little monologue. And when God says it's time for me to shut it, then I shut it. So here we go. So I use some of the patterns and people and clients that I work with to identify some areas that really could help impact you, the viewer. And today we're going to talk about what happens when we logically know we cannot control other people. We can't force our will on them. We can't make them do something. We can't make them respond to something that's going on. Like a good example is like okay, so I'll say it. Elephant out of the room. I moved from Minnesota to Florida, and there's a lot of weirdness going on in Minnesota right now. I don't have to say anything else other than that. So when we have all these different opinions and yada, 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 and blames and why life is not going the way you want it to go, it's super duper easy to be like, allow the stress and the anxiety and the worry and the fear. We've been talking about the same theme for the last now 4 weeks. So let's just take a pause, take a breath. Again. And really check in with your source of personal truth. In anything, when we explore anxiety, worry, fear, there is a very interesting source of loss of control when that is on our mind and in our spirit and in our soul. Go back to the Bible. The Bible says, do not worry. So how come it's so hard? We talked a little bit about this last week. Why is it so hard to have this goal in your mind or this vision or this perfect world of what you want it to do or you want it to be, or somebody else is not getting your point? And the reality is, the truth, like what is something you're pretending not to know? Well, it's very simple. You can't assert your will onto somebody else. You're going to set yourself up to fail every single time. If you think that you can control somebody else's thoughts or their behavior or their actions, the truth, the real truth, is you only can control your own thoughts, your own actions, and your own behaviors. And this is where we start to dive in behavioral health and behavioral science around the power of gratitude. We look at what is the power of positive intent. It is that if we are in a position where we are putting positive intent, we are embracing gratitude, something happens where we find more things. Our reticular activating system in our brain wakes up to more positive, more things to be grateful for. And pretty soon it starts to snowball. It's that snowballing approach. So I've had a lot of clients that have been very stressed out and very overwhelmed. And that's okay, because that's where they are. They're stressed out and overwhelmed. But it's not until we really dig deeper into what is that feeling. And the truth is, that feeling is you've just lost what you believe is control over your actions, your responses, your behavior. So that's today's Motivational Mondays, as we just take a quick pause. Let's process what's going on. What's keeping you up at night? What are you worried about? And then what is the thing that you're pretending not to know? Life is not meant, we're not meant to get our way all the time in life. It says so in the Bible. There's going to be troubles. It goes back 2,000 plus years. So if that's the thing that you're getting stuck on because somebody's not doing what you want them to do or not responding the way you want them to do or behave, or there's always a reason of why you're miserable, what is it that you have to do to ground yourself? And this is what I work with a lot of clients on. We look at the self-care principles. We look at 4 areas of the self-care principles: nutrition, movement, stress management, and sleep. All 4 of these things are non-negotiables in how we step up and feel better about our life. So I'm going to ask you, what is something you can focus on if you're falling in the rabbit hole of fear or worry or doubt or anger or disappointment? What is it that you can redirect? That's our Motivational Mondays today. Put a chat. Let us know. What do you do to soothe those feelings? How do you empower yourself to feel better about your day? All right, team. Have a good one. We'll see you next week for Motivational Mondays, week 5. Bye for now.